It's a beautiful day and I'm here at Bicester Heritage for the April Bicester Scramble. I love the Scramble. It's always a place full of positive vibes, good people, good food, and even more incredible cars. And this time I'm here for the first time not in my Panda. Yes, I've come in Bruno, the BMW Z4. It was quite a long journey here. It took about 3 hours because of some traffic and stuff, especially heading into Bicester. But yeah, Z4 didn't miss a beat, averaged about 39 mpg, which is incredible for a straight six. And yeah, very excited for the day ahead, so join me for the journey. Weirdly, I always think the best part about these events is actually arriving, driving into the field where just normal people park, because there's such a vast array of cars that you can see, and we're not even in the show yet. You walk around, you can see the incredible machinery that people own. These little aeroplanes flying over, because obviously Bicester Heritage is an old, I think, military airbase, something to do with RAF or something, back in one of the wars. So you see lots of little planes flying around and, landing and taking off and stuff. So it just adds to the event, really. And it is huge, this place. And I've arrived here, it's about 11 o'clock. So I've got less time to actually explore everything. But yeah, events like this is impossible to spend a lot of time on every car because, yeah, I mean, you could be here all day. Now, quite clearly, the lawn outside of Bicester Heritage, or in Bicester Heritage, just outside the main part of the show, the theme is Lancia. I've never seen this many Lancias here. And it's clearly, probably every single Lancia in existence has come together in Bicester today on this wonderful Sunday. Yeah, incredible to see. I mean, Lancia's got such incredible history. So whenever you see one, you just have to stop and take a look. There is just millions of Lancia Monte Carlos. I don't think I've ever seen one, let alone this many. And obviously the Monte Carlo was the car that Jeremy Clarkson drove in the final Grand Tour special. Quite an emotional watch. And yeah, definitely a good car to choose. So just as I finished filming the last piece you just saw, a Lancia owner approached me and said, Clarkson's car is actually here. His mechanics brought it along. Because since it came back, it's been fully restored. So this is it. This is the actual Lancia Monte Carlo that Jeremy Clarkson drove in the final Grand Tour episode. This is a legendary car. And to see it in, in the metal is super, super special. I mean, what this car went through was absolutely outstanding. And for it to be here today is even more of an achievement. Wow, that was incredibly special. It's like meeting a celebrity, but in car form. I mean, I was kind of tempted to ask it for its autograph, but I don't think that would have worked, it being a car. Anyway, I'm on the lawn further up now where there's even more variety. And I just think if you don't like cars, walk around here. And if you don't like cars by the end of it, then I don't know what's wrong with you, quite frankly, because there is just something for everybody, and such a variation of colour as well, which is so lovely to see. In a world full of grey cars and white cars, it just makes you happier. Like a yellow GT3 on a day like today where the sky is nothing but blue. I just love it, makes you happier. It was in this area this time last year at the April 2024 Scramble. I have my Panda here next to my friend Ewan Finley's Classic Mini. Really quite special to have the cars together. I put a picture on screen. But here we've got a 2CV and there's actually another one peeking just round there. 2CV is a very special car to me. It's the car that got me into cars. My granddad's got one and I'm going to do my best to feature on the channel at some point this summer. Maybe a bit of a special video about why it means so much to me. But yeah, you just can't help but smile every time you see a 2CV. It's just so wacky and kind of doesn't make any sense, but also does at the same time. It's fantastic. Something else that just makes you smile. T1 camper, the proper front opening windows, and it's in absolutely immaculate condition. Even the engine at the back. I love, love, love these things so much. Next to obviously an old 911 and a new GT4S, a car I love very much. If I won the lottery, I think I'd be going for one of these. Well, I didn't expect to see this here, the new electric Grande Panda. And if there's anybody that should be critiquing a Panda, it's me. I really like it. I really like it. This comes from Italy. It's obviously a press car or something. But yeah, Fiat have hit the nail bang on the head with this because it's still a small car, what the Panda should be. And it's got so much character and a lot of design which, pays tribute to the original Panda from years ago. I just love it. I just love it. It's weird to think that my 100 HP is related in one way to that, by having the same name. I really like it. Here's the interior of the new electric Grande Panda. I really like it. Fiat have done such a good job with this. just, you know, really paying tribute to the legendary Panda name, really. Like Panda made with love in Fiat. I really like it, the new sort of designed steering wheel and everything. A lot of car makers are really nailing the small car game at the moment. Look at Renault with the Renault 5. I really like this. So I'm in the little McLaren building now, and obviously McLaren are based just down the road in Woking. Obviously I'm in Bicester, and they brought along the Artura, which is their V6 supercar, sports car, whatever you want to call it, but also Carlos Sainz's old F1 car, probably a replica or something, but I think this is from the year 2020, you know, the COVID year in Formula One. But very cool to see an F1 car like this in person, and you always forget just how big they are. They are absolutely huge, massive. There's also a Senna hiding behind there, casually. And here we've got the McLaren Extreme E car, another car which is massive in person. We've got the new shape Honda Civic Type R, a car that's rated very, very highly by a lot of motoring journalists, but a car that's taken my eyes, which in my opinion is much cooler, is this Mark 1. Not a Renault Scenic, it's a Renault Megane Scenic. How often do you see these? Probably every day in France, but in Britain, you don't see many of these at all now. Rare, but nobody cares. I mean, only at the Bicester Scramble would you have a Megane Scenic next to a 997, 911. This lovely 528i, absolute classic, and I'm walking behind it now, and just the smell of really rich fuel takes you back. A very cool blacked out 911 ST, fantastic car. And another fantastic car, just behind you, is this Alpine A290, obviously the sporty version of the new Renault 5 EV. Now, exciting news, I've actually got a Renault 5 next month for 5 days, so you can expect lots of Renault 5 content to come with the channel, including little road trips and little reviews and stuff, but that is very cool. Well, I wasn't entirely sure what this was until I came up close, but what it is, it's a Mark 1 MX-5 Unos Roadster with quite a unique body kit on it, so it doesn't even look anything like an MX-5 anymore, but this colour in the sun today is just stunning, like a metallic brown. Bring back brown cars. Daniel drives the king of continuity. The hoodies had to come off. It's actually too hot. It's a good problem to have in April. But yeah, I'm quite staggered really. I've realised this is the first proper show of cars, you know, car show season this year, and it's quite special. And everyone's come out in full force, and everyone's excited for the summer ahead. Really, lots of events and lots of excitement. Definitely one of my dream cars, 911R. Just that raw driving experience and those stripes as well. And it's a car that really suits silver. I'm not a massive fan of silver cars, but I just think it works on a select few. The 911R is definitely one of them, next to this classic orange 911. What I noticed as well is they've both got the same interior design, kind of like the checkered fabric there you can see. And I really like that. It's one of the many, many things I like about Porsches. They recognise their heritage. Here we have a couple of Ineos Grenadiers, and the one thing I noticed straight away is every car you go around at the Scramble, it's packed with people, surrounded by people, and it's actually quite difficult to film because you've got people, you know, getting in the back of shot and stuff like that. But I'm stood by these Ineoses, and there's nobody. There is absolutely nobody. And I'm not sure why. I mean, nobody likes to see a car company not do well, but Ineos seem to be quite desperate with their marketing strategies at the moment and really trying to, you know, challenge the Defender market. And I just can't help but think it might not be going to plan, which is a shame because I do think it's a car that deserves a chance. Something a bit different for once, and I like them. I do think they're quirky and they're quite cool. Now this is a car I seem to see at every single Bicester Scramble. This E39 BMW M5 Touring. Now obviously they didn't make an M5 Touring of this generation. This is actually a replica or something that's been created, and I just think it's outstanding, that registration M5 though. I love this generation 5 Series, and in M5 form, in touring form, I just think is the ultimate dad wagon. I love it. Now this year, Volkswagen are celebrating 50 years of the Polo, a car that I do think is very underrated. This is obviously the new Polo, black edition, R-Line, whatever you want to call it. And I was at Volkswagen the other week actually for our E-Up, which is now gone sadly. And I just think the Polo is kind of what the Golf should be really. And it's a very underrated car, kind of overshadowed by the Up and the Golf. It's difficult to see where it sits really, but I like it. I really like it. If you want a small Volkswagen, I really think you should consider one of these. And then just here we've got this Polo rally car in a very wacky livery. I really like it. Super, super cool. I'm now in kind of the public supercar area of the Bicester Scramble, and I'm stood next to a Lamborghini Aventador and an early Rolls-Royce Phantom. Absolutely huge car. And talk about a 2-car garage, my word, an expensive one. And I'm not just talking about the maintenance, but yeah, again, nice collection of colours, black with red and lovely orange. Again, just makes you happier. Bring back colour. A lovely GT4 RS. I love these cars. I think this colour is ruby stone, I think. Almost like a pink, but I really like this actually. And I think if I was to spec one in Dreamland, let's be honest, I'd consider this. And as I said at the start of the video, it's not just cars, it's planes as well. And there's no more special plane than a Spitfire. Now, talking to Renault 5s earlier on in the video, that's a proper Renault 5, the GT Turbo, in this lovely black as well. You forget how small these cars are, you really do, until you're with them. Especially when you see it next to, you know, a modern hot hatch of today. But in this instance, it's next to a little Lotus Elan. I love these little cars. There's a Scimitar drives by. This Morris Minor sounds nice. Proof that not all modern cars are bad. Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio in perhaps one of the most beautiful colours you can get in any new car. This lovely green. I just think it suits this car so much. And I mean, obviously BMW do a similar colour, but it's just so right in an Alfa. I mean, just look at that metallic. Gorgeous. This Vantage F1 edition. I must admit, I've become a bit of an Aston Martin obsessive recently. I just think they're making some of the most beautiful new cars at the moment, and they know how to spec them as well. And there's British Racing Green, bronze alloys, but look at the interior. You've got this kind of like cappuccino leather almost, but brown carpet. That's insane, but stunning, absolutely stunning. You don't see many Golf cabriolets around anymore. Look at this next to it. There's gorgeous yellow 986 Boxster S, a car I love very much. I'd love to own one, but if I'm honest, I'm just quite scared of the reliability, really. When things go wrong, it can be a little bit costly, and it's kind of pot luck, really, whether you get a really good Boxster that treats you well, or one that needs more work. I mean, they're an old car now, so an old car is going to need work doing. It's just how, you know, how it is. And my car obviously is a Z4, it's a 2007, and this would be early noughties, late 90s, so probably a few more problems, but I'd love to own one in the future. A proper little Japanese Suzuki Carry pickup as well, with those little Japanese models you get in Japanese petrol stations and stuff. I'd love to go to Japan, absolutely love to. Just for the car scene, really, and the culture as well. I think it's a stunning country. But yeah, I mean, you see a few Suzuki Carries, mostly milkmen, but yeah, not often a proper Japanese spec one like this. It's now a good time to admit I've got a bit of an obsession with hearses. Nothing freaky, I just think they're quite cool. Dedication, look. I saw this last time, I think, and it's hilarious, absolutely hilarious. Dead and breakfast, vacancy, check in, but you may never check out. Fantastic. I've come back to the little electric Panda just because I love it so much, and it's the first time I've seen one. I mean, when I saw the photos on social media for the first time, I was obsessed. This, alongside the Renault 5, have to be my favourite new cars around at the moment, and I'm so glad that car companies with heritage are going, okay, we really need to celebrate our heritage with, you know, the rise of Chinese manufacturers bringing cars along. The one thing that the Chinese don't have is heritage in Europe. And when you think of a Panda, everybody's got a memory inside of a Panda, and I've got so many, obviously having my Panda for quite a few years now. But I just absolutely love it, especially in this kind of flycatcher, sick yellow. I love it. I think it's fantastic. Wheel design, interior design, bamboo as well, because obviously Pandas like bamboo. I had to get it back on the video. I just absolutely adore this car. And Fiat, Stellantis, if you're watching, I'd love to have a go. Just casually a Carrera GT driving off. This here is the brand new Alfa Romeo Junior. I believe the car that was called the Milano, and then they very quickly had to change the name. But yeah, it's quite nice. As crossovers go, it's pretty nice. I like the new Alfa Romeo badging strategy at the front. Again, taps into the heritage. I love the colour. Alfa Romeo definitely know how to paint a car. And I believe you can get it as a petrol version and as an electric version. There's some electric ones over there. But yeah, Stelvio, kind of the bigger offering they've got if you want an SUV. But yeah, just happy Alfa Romeo is still around. So we saw this last time we were here. It's the Little Car Company's creation. It's the Wild One Off-Roader. And it's basically a 1-to-1 scale Tamiya model, fully electric, that you can actually drive in real life. I mean, oh my God. Again, if you won the lottery and you were a bit mad in the head and you had a lot of private land, you'd buy one of these. And I think this one actually is road legal, which is even more crazy. Another car I'd love to have a go in. Yeah, I mean, just look at that shock absorber and that spring. That's fantastic. Wow, look at this. The sound from that, oh my word. So there we are then. What an amazing day it's been. I'm almost convinced I'm sunburnt, even though I wore sun cream. It's just how these days go. It's been lovely and warm. There's been lovely people, and the cars have been outstanding as usual for the Bicester Scramble. So yeah, 5th time I've been here, probably the 4th video I've done, but there's probably going to be a lot more. It's the October Scramble later in the year, and then obviously the January one. I've never done a January one, so that's going to be good fun to hopefully do that. But yeah, back home in the Z4 now. Got the roof down, some roof down action. It's a great little car, this. It's a lot of fun, especially when the weather's nice like it is today. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, remember to subscribe to the channel, follow me on social media at DanielCars05, and I will see you very soon.